how to stop needing constant reassurance, how to feel certain from within in your relationship. Certainty is one of the core unmet needs if you have an anxious attachment style. When you have been wired for survival, your body is scanning for what's going to happen next 24/7. Uncertainty equals danger. Certainty equals safety. But when you don't learn to meet your own need for certainty in healthy ways, you chase, like texting and rereading messages over and over again, looking for hidden meaning, asking for reassurance that feel needy or clingy, obsessing over their tone, the timing, face expressions, being hypervigilant all the time, just waiting for the shoe to drop. Needing to know where your partner is all the time, maybe tracking them on your app, saying we need to talk to feel in control, to figure everything out right there and then. Even in a loving, healthy relationship, your nervous system stays in panic mode. So what can we do? We meet this need in healthy ways that build security from inside out. By the way, hi, I'm Yula. Welcome to the Anxious to Secure podcast. And this is part 6 of the 8-part Meet Your Relationship Needs series. In part 4, we talked about meeting your unmet need for connection and love. Part 5, we talked about your need for significance and feeling seen and chosen. And today we're talking about your need for certainty, reassurance, emotional safety. Disclaimer, I'm not a therapist or doctor. This content is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to diagnose, treat, or heal any mental health condition. If you're in an abusive relationship or dealing with severe mental health challenges, always seek professional advice. I remembered when I was on edge, wondering, does he even want me? Is he pulling away now? Why didn't he say I love you this morning? Why didn't he hug me last night when we had an argument? Is he actually into me? Is he actually deeply committed? Will he be there for me in bad times, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time? I was constantly trying to predict the future, trying to read the last page of our lives. I thought if I could just figure him out right now, I would feel safe. I would prevent future emotional pain. I would prevent him breaking my heart, and that would make me feel safe. But the thing is, he did reassure me. He was there for me, and he gave me the reassurance I needed. But it was never enough. Why? Because I haven't learned to reassure myself. I had the abandonment wound. I felt emotionally unsafe all this time without even knowing. So my partner could say what he wanted, show up in very secure ways, and it was me who felt deep down insecure, and it wasn't his fault. So once I started healing my anxious attachment style, my abandonment wound, everything shifted. I changed, and it created a ripple effect in our relationship, so he responded differently as well. I learned to self-soothe, to process my emotions, to build self-trust and anchor myself in certainty. And that is so much peace, clarity. That is really the true foundation of everything right now. You don't need to worry anymore about what might happen if your partner does suddenly change his mind about you, because you know you got yourself. You feel secure no matter what might happen. Because the truth is, you don't know what might happen. You don't know if your feelings even change in one day. So before we go into the steps on how to meet your need for certainty, it's really important to understand the root cause, why this need for certainty hurts so much. So when certainty is unmet as a child, you might have learned that love is unpredictable, maybe conditional, very delicate. Maybe one parent, let's say your mom, was warm one moment, but then maybe more cold the next one because she was very overwhelmed with work, with lots of things she had to juggle at the same time. Love was given only when you were the good kid, the golden child. Your parents were in conflict a lot of times. Of course, makes you feel like you're not safe. Your nervous system learned, I can't relax until I know I'm safe. So are they going to leave me? Are they not going to take care of me? What happens now? So that need doesn't disappear then if you are later on an adult. It shows up in your relationships nowadays. And you think your partner is the problem, but instead it's actually a childhood unmet need. So especially in tiny micro moments, it could come out like when a text goes unanswered, when a plan gets cancelled, when your partner seems off when your brain says danger, danger, even if your partner loves you deeply, especially when patterns are repeated that happened in your childhood, like hot and cold behaviors, when your partner is inconsistent or isn't giving you the certainty, reassurance that you're craving. And so you try to control, chase, overfunction to feel certain again. So the truth, certainty doesn't come from their words or their behavior. It comes from how safe you feel inside your own body. You can't outsource your need for safety to someone else, but you got to learn to generate it from within yourself. And that's very powerful once you learn to do this and once you repeat this over and over again. And that's one of the most powerful things you can do. So here there are 3 ways I always teach my clients how to do this without chasing. So the first one is always start within yourself first. Self-reassurance is your nervous system's emotional seatbelt. So think of a thing you wish your partner would say when you're spiraling, like everything is okay, I still love you, I'm not leaving, you're safe, you're loved, you're okay, we've got this. All of the words you wish to hear from your partner in that moment. Now flip it. Tell those things to yourself. Write them out or say them to yourself. You could even put a hand on your heart, which is a very simple but very powerful tool to give yourself the connection. You don't have to wait to feel safe. You can create the safety right now. Try it. Say it in the mirror. I'm safe. I'm loved. I'm staying with me. If this is too much right now and you can't believe this, add a perhaps or maybe in front of this. Perhaps I'm safe right now. Maybe I've got this. Maybe I'm loved. This is a more neutral way to warm yourself up towards these more positive beliefs that you might be not able to believe right now, but you want to open up for these possibilities because the truth is you are loved, you are safe. Again, this is not for anyone in abusive relationships. This is for anyone in safe relationships. So please, if you are not safe, don't tell yourself you are safe. So then you can also journal. What do I want to hear right now? Can I say this to myself? Record yourself a voice note. Listen to it every day when you need the reassurance in that moment. Listen to it before you want to fall asleep or when you wake up to reinforce these neural pathways. Then collect evidence. Every time your partner does say something grounding or loving, collect these moments of evidence. Because the thing is, when your brain gets flooded and when you get triggered, you forget all of the good things he ever said to you and you only focus on all the negative things your partner did. So when you have this proof folder full of evidence why your partner actually does love you, you remember these and you don't have to reach out in the moment to push your partner to say these things over and over and over again. Because if your partner is avoidant attached, they struggle to commit to you every day over and over again, and this will overwhelm them emotionally. Doesn't mean they're not committed to you, but having to say this every day again will add a lot of pressure, and it will kind of put them into like the caregiving therapist role. It's like putting on your emotional seatbelt before the relationship hits the bump. You don't need the road to be perfectly smooth because you are held. And step 2 is get assurance, the safety, certainty from other people as well. You don't need it from one person. Connect with other people. Your partner is not the only piece and source of certainty. If you're anxiously attached, you might have pattern of making your partner your emotional oxygen, but safety multiplies when you have multiple sources. A friend who can ground you, a therapist or coach who can reflect the truth and reassure you as well, and then help you to guide you to a secure path. A routine that anchors you in your body. You don't need to isolate yourself to that one person. You deserve a whole support system of love, security, safety, reassurance. You can find secure areas in your home, safety blankets, a big jumper that makes you feel warm and cozy and secure. For me, food is always very helpful, but more like a healthy cup of tea, coffee, something that makes me feel warm and connected, something soothing, like listening to music, the touch of the sun when it touches my skin, the warmth when I go for a walk outside and I feel the sun on my face. I feel so calm and connected. If you don't have the sun, if you live in London and in England, you might not experience this quite often, but just seeing the nature, watching birds, that makes me feel very safe and grounded too. The third step you can do is learn to express needs in healthy, detached ways. I often talk about this, but let's be specific how you can do this for your need of certainty. You don't have to pretend you don't have needs, but you also don't have to be attached to how they are met specifically. So detached communication sounds like when you cancel plans, I notice I feel very anxious and wonder if you're pulling away from me. Can we talk about that? Direct to the point of what's going on, how you feel, and you just ask for a chat. Or you can say, it helps me to feel safe when I know what our weekend looks like. Could we plan something together? You address very specifically what's going on. You're not hiding your feelings. You're not pretending you're fine and you're cool and you're chill. You're very specific of how you feel when your need for certainty is met, and then say, hey, what are you thinking about this? Can we do this weekend? Also paints a picture of, hey, maybe we can do a hike this weekend. Because it's even better if you suggest something very specific so your partner knows what you're actually talking about. So there's no room for misunderstandings. Because often avoidant attachers are very confused of like, what are you even talking about? What do you mean? So the more specific and direct you can be, the easier. And it's not begging, it's not blaming, it's sharing without gripping, without overthinking, without worrying about it, by just expressing your need. So now that we cover these 3 ways to meet your strategies for building internal certainty, I want to pause for just a second. I know that implementing these practices isn't as easy as just talking about it. But the important thing is to remember action create results, not just talking about this. So if you like more personal support from me, I've got an offer that I've just started recently to share with you on my podcast, and I want to mention this again. It's the text and talk support. So if you feel stuck in your head, if you're worrying a lot about your partner, about your relationship, about your self-worth, and if you want to heal your anxious attachment style, but maybe a private coaching container might be too much of an investment, or you're more shy, or you don't want to do this big commitment yet, you can invest into this text and talk commitment, which is like a container where we message back and forth over WhatsApp or Telegram, and I can guide you through your challenges during the week. It's literally like having me in your pocket as a friend or coach to message you whenever you feel like anxious or want to talk about something specific. I can send you worksheets, journaling prompts. I can make it fit to you based on how you learn and what you like and what you need. No matter if you're dating, in a relationship, or just struggling with anxiety, we can talk about your specific goals and challenges and make it work specifically for you. There's 2 options you can choose from, either the best friend support, which is unlimited support between Monday and Fridays. You can message me as often as possible and I respond to you as fast as I can within 1 or 2 days, because there could be a time difference. Or there is the friend support, which is the more affordable version. I respond to you twice a week maximum, which gives you a really strong foundation in healing your anxious attachment style or working through challenges during the week, with managing your anxious moments and getting enough tools to getting through the week and transforming your anxious moments. If you want to stop outsourcing your need for validation and security and connection to your partner, learn to meet them yourself. I'm your girl, I'm your coach, and you can use this text and talk support, make it fit for you. Check out the link in the description for more. So now let's finish off with a little exercise, a bonus exercise to change your limiting beliefs and create new ones. So rewire your beliefs for certainty. F stands for find the belief that is causing you to feel panic or anxiety, or to feel like you need to worry about things. It could be, he's pulling away from me. The second step is A, ask questions to challenge this. What's the evidence here? What did he say? Is it fear or is it just fact? And then the third step is reframe it to a more grounding belief, a belief you can actually believe. And it doesn't have to be a positive affirmation, but what is something that is actually true? Like, he might be just tired. We have different needs, and he feels safe with having some space. I feel safe with connection, and there's nothing wrong between either of our needs. Let's see how we can make this work. Then, and the fourth step is E, echo. You want to repeat your new thoughts, like, he might be just tired. It's okay if he pulls away. I'm still loved and I don't need to fear abandonment. I'm safe. Whatever belief you want to hold on to, repeat this to not feed your anxious thoughts, but to anchor yourself in the secure thoughts that you are okay right now, that if your partner pulls away, that you're safe no matter what. And then you want to align actions with this new belief. Like, don't chase your partner, don't force him to engage with you, rather sit with the emotion and allow yourself to be with the discomfort. This proves to your brain that you don't need to interact with this right now, that you can just allow yourself to feel the emotion. And this rewires your brain to say, you know what, you're safe no matter what happens. So certainty isn't a price you chase, but it's a presence that you create. Once you stop outsourcing your need for certainty, you finally start living again. You feel safe, steady, and secure because you've created this belief from yourself first and you aligned your actions with this. Check out the free resources linked in the description below, the free attachment library with worksheets, journaling prompts, cheat sheets. And thank you so much for being on this journey with me. And change in your relationship starts with you, thought by thought, action by action, and now episode by episode. Lots of love. Yula. Bye.